Hello everyone and welcome to today's Stocks and Crypto YouTube Charts video. I am NoFOMO Charts. Today is Saturday, February 21, 2026. It's about 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Welcome everyone. This is a swing trading and investing YouTube Charts channel. Next week, the important stock earnings releases will be Home Depot, Lowe's, Nvidia is going to be huge news next week. Circle Group, Tempest AI, some quantum companies, QBTS, AI, CoreWeave as well. Economic data, we have consumer confidence. President Trump is giving the State of the Union address, national speech here in the USA, the middle of the week. Then PPI, core PPI, inflation data, unemployment claims as well. Going to be very important. Recent news, the USA Supreme Court voted against President Trump's tariffs in the past year and halted them for now. President Trump responded a day later and announced global 15% tariffs that are supposed to be effective immediately. We will find out what exactly is going on next week in terms of finalized written official documents, laws, bills, legislation. Anthropic AI begins the release of Claude Code AI software security scanner. Interesting development. Today's video will be a little bit shorter time. Let's jump into SPY. S&P 500 ETF on the weekly, we can see in this weekly trend line resistance and trend line support all the way back to the pandemic 6 years ago. We're actually above the resistance trend line. So if we lose 675 support, especially if we lose 650 support for whatever reason in the next couple of months, there is a lot of empty space here. We might not get tariff level, inflation level, or COVID level type of crash, but we could get a pullback. It's been losing momentum. We're not in a nonstop uptrend. It's been consolidating to the side. Monthly chart could become a hanging man candle. Weekly chart consolidating, range bound. Daily chart definitely consolidating. We could actually see it in this rectangle. Resistance at 700, support holding above 677. We bounced up from that. Also that trend line from 6 years ago. Those are the two major levels. Quickly, NASDAQ. Monthly chart consolidation. Can see some rounding top action. Weekly chart consolidation, rejection below 629, holding support temporarily above 600. Next level down is 587. If I draw this similar weekly trend line, bottom of pandemic crash to inflation, bottom 2023 to tariff low March 25, lock that in on the top. Trend line, it's very similar to SPY. We need to hold above 585 support. We could pull back and bounce, and if anything good happens in terms of, let's just hypothetically say, bullish case, if tariffs get canceled or reduced, maybe we'll have a bull bounce. If it's still mixed in terms of tariffs, if President Trump and Supreme Court keep kind of battling each other with the tariffs, and if inflation data is not good, that's what I'm thinking about in terms of a trader, of if we lose, what are the catalysts that are both good and catalysts that are bad relative to the national sentiment. Dow Jones. I'll just do a daily chart, Dow Jones. Resistance below 502, support above 494, support above 488. In the most recent trend line since 2025, we're right at that support. It's tightening up, going sideways, hitting multiple touch points on that trend line. So if we happen to lose 489 and never go up for about a few months, maybe 1, 2, 3 months, then we could have a capitulation type of fear crash. Let's just jump straight into gold. Gold, nice rebound in terms of the higher low potential. Still in the up cross right now. We actually had that 26 EMA bounce off of 448. Piercing through that resistance of 468 for now. If we continue up, the next level is probably the all-time high close of 495 on GLD ETF. SLV, like I was saying last week, that potential double bottom off of 66, we went straight up to 77. What a perfect play. Now, what I need to make sure is going to happen here. Let me erase this. Turn off some of the indicators. Let's just get some Fibonacci up. I have to go log scale for this. And let's just do bottom of 2000, the tariff low, April 2025 to the top of January 2026. Our next Fibonacci level is $86 range. The next resistance is 79.84. This is perfect to bring up a volume profile and look at it from 2025 till now. There's a little bit of resistance at 80, 85, a little bit at 90, and then we go straight to 100. So all this uncertainty, see if this neckline can break and hold. If it doesn't break and hold above 77, we could consolidate actually. So that's closely watching for that. See what happens there. Let's just skip to Bitcoin. I'm not going to do oil in. I'll just quickly do oil. All I'm going to say with oil is last week we hit that golden cross, beautiful play off of the 20 EMA. Now it's hitting this resistance trend line. I'm going to watch to see if it gets rejected below 81 or not. Natural gas. Even though it's choppy in terms of whoever is shorting this down is making lots of profit from the top, but I spy with my little eye here a potential upside down head and shoulders. Will we get this resistance? Will we get this support play off of $12? And can we bounce one more time to $13 or $14? That's what I'm watching out for here. That's what I'm watching out for. Because it's in a falling wedge pattern. If we short-term Fibonacci, it's below the 618. There is some kind of the stochastic RSIs oversold starting to get some momentum, because the reason why we exploded in the price to the upside here is because we had very nice green bull divergence on UNG ETF. Then we hit high stochastic resistance. It's not quite there, so I think it's in the beginning of some kind of coiling move. Okay, let's go to total. We'll switch over to crypto and try to end it in a few minutes here. Total crypto market cap. We're actually surviving the tariff news for right now. The cancellation of tariffs and then President Trump saying tariffs are back on. On total crypto market cap daily chart, we're surviving. We're not crash dumping. It's not 1 year ago when this was shocking news. Now, I think the play right now is just wait a little bit. Wait a few days, wait a week before making a decision of buying or sell. So Fibonacci from the bottom of 2022 to the top of 2025, October. Remember, in terms of trend lines, we lost our Bitcoin trend line last year into this year in the support. A little disappointing, but we were very overbought condition of over 100,000. So we can even see in these two trend lines that I drew since 2023, this is a very significant support loss. We also have the death cross that printed in November 2025. I hope we can stay above 2 trillion That's what I hope as a bull. Because I really don't want to see crypto just crash and fizzle out for 10 months straight. That'd be kind of sad. Then I'll have to seriously flip short. But for now, there's still a small chance because this MACD is building. Although it's not, it's such a weird chart because the price is going sideways right now, coiling into this almost looks like an ascending triangle to me. So I'm very suspicious. I'm being very cautious right now, though. We're having squeeze and MACD momentum is still open. The only thing is stochastic RSI is not oversold, it's overbought right now, but the RSI was bouncing out of oversold range. I'm interpreting this as, and combining that with the weekly, we lost the weekly 200 EMA, unfortunately, for total below 2.35. It's still building though, but I like the weekly RSI is finally below 30. So, translation, going into Bitcoin. Bitcoin price has been in a downtrend for the past 6 months. Death cross in November 25, capitulation crash beginning of this year, January, February 26. We're still coiling in the price right now, symmetrical triangle. The volatility could be 6 to 12%. 6 to 12% to the upside would be $72,000 Bitcoin and 77. We also had this short-term double bottom price above $66,000 Bitcoin. It's still below the EMAs. Linear regression, we're kind of approaching the middle of that move. So in terms of oscillators, that squeeze momentum's building, but it could still fail. It's just one squeeze indicator, although the RSI is jumping or bouncing out of that oversold range. So if we get one more pullback, then we might get the final momentum. It's going to take, I think it's going to take like 30 days or 45 days. In terms of if we get a breakout, that could happen in a week or two, but in terms of sustained move, it's going to be like that. But it's going to take that long. But I need to wait for serious trend change because we're still in this downtrend. And we could get a pop up to the 50 EMA and then just hardcore crash. So that's why I need to be very, very careful. I'm carefully watching the price, carefully watching the news every day. Ethereum USD as well. I'll tell you what I like about Ethereum right now. Ethereum from the all-time high of 4,850 close is currently 57% discounted. 57% discounted. It has gone 63% discount before when it was really bad. We had 80% discount, so that's why we're kind of in the discounted range. But in terms of extreme discount, it's not there yet. If it ever got to, let's say, $1,500 or $800 Ethereum, I think I'm definitely gonna just all in at that point in terms of, or 90% off. 90% off would be somewhere in the $500 range. We would all love that. Actually, I shouldn't say I'm going to all in. I'm going to all in once we get the next golden upcross. That's what I'm going to do. Most likely. If we get a sustained golden upcross and it doesn't really close down, then that's going to be the next rally. The only thing I like right now, if we go from COVID lows to all-time highs, is that we're in the 618 zone. That's what I'm liking about this chart right now, is for now, we're surviving in the 618 zone. And if we put some trend lines up, yes, there's still room to crash, but I'm expecting we're going to stay above 1,500 Ethereum, hopefully, if the bulls come back. Other reasons why we're not going to survive crypto is if there's just bearish news month after month, if billionaires, whales, they keep selling their cryptos, we're going to have a problem if we have sustained capitulation. But if whales or the news change their mind and people start saying, wait a second, if anything good happens this year, it's at a discounted spot. It just might not be the ultimate low spot, because sometimes with this low RSI is that even though it looks low, and the RSI is only 34, sometimes we get these double or triple or quadruple crashes. And then I have to wait for a weekly price pattern situation, which could take 1 year sometimes. So that's something that I'm watching out for, is just because it's low on daily or weekly RSI does not mean it's the bottom of crypto. It just means that particular crash, RSI, crash bounce play might be over because we're just going sideways for 3 weeks. Very quiet, very suspicious. The volatility is building right now in the crypto market. So just be careful out there, everybody, traders, investors. It's going to be a volatile, probably 1 or 2 weeks. At some point, the price has to break up, sideways, or down. So that's what I'm watching out for: resistance and support levels. Thank you everyone for watching. Hope you have a good month. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you in the next video.